It's time for high school basketball on your local sports leader, 97.9 XFM. Let's go courtside for pregame information.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Night 3 of the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Boys Basketball Tournament at Altamont Community High School. I'm Greg Sapp, Matt Robinson alongside, Brian Dust back at the studios, and Wayne Moran here getting ready to bring you all the visual of this. Glad to have you with us here tonight on 97.9 XFM. Reminder that we will again be live video streaming. Just go to our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch wherever you're located, anywhere all around the world where you have internet connection. So check it out. We've had great response, and thanks to everybody who's contacted us all over the country to let us know they are listening and or viewing, and we appreciate that. Should be a couple of interesting ball games tonight. Altamont, the home school and the second seed, will take on the South Central Cougars in our opener. Nightcap will be the Dietrich Moving Maroons and the Neoga Indians. So we have a couple of Indians, but they're not playing each other at least tonight. That could happen Friday night, but we'll see. Anyway, crowd starting to gather. Got some folks from South Central country, a lot of folks from Altamont, of course, and we look forward to having a lot of fun tonight. Let's go ahead and take a pregame break. We'll be back with pregame information on Altamont and South Central here on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th Annual NTC Tournament, 97.9 XFM.
This is the Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota pregame show. Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, your complete transportation headquarters since 1958.
Back at Altamont, getting ready for a doubleheader of high school basketball for you tonight. Coming up next, it'll be a battle between Altamont and South Central. We talked earlier in the week, Matt, about the fact that 8 of the 9 schools are in double digits in wins coming in to this week. That's as much parity as I can ever remember here.
Yeah, and that's the thing that we talked about even going back years ago when Teutopolis went ahead and dropped out of the conference, and you brought in teams like South Central and Louisville North Clay, and then with a combination with teams co-oping like St. Elmo and Brownstown and Windsor and Sioux Straws and Cowden Herrick and Beecher City, it created this situation where we've got a lot of quality and balance amongst these teams that are in the National Trail Conference Tournament. And just look at the records. You got the 2 seed at 11-9. You've got the 7 seed coming in at 11-8 on the season. You look at that and you think, wow, how is that close between the 2 and the 7? Well, the strength of schedule for Altamont is what kicked them up all the way to the 2 seed. They have played only a handful of games against 1A teams, as they have been involved in the Effingham tournament, Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic, that is. They played at Cumberland's Thanksgiving tournament where they ran into some 2 and 3A teams. So, but still, all that being said, I expect South Central to give Altamont a real good game tonight.
South Central has a lot of talent. They are doing well this year under their first-year coach, and Blake Doring graduate of Vandalia High School, went up and coached, I think, Villa Grove. I keep saying Villa Grove, but I'm probably wrong. It's one of those two-name schools up in central Illinois, and then had the opportunity to go to work on the Effingham High School staff and coached under Ron Reed and Rem Woodruff for a couple of years, and then had the opportunity to go to South Central. And he is not only the basketball coach, but he's the athletic director at South Central, because Jamie had an opportunity to move up to the high school principal's job at South Central. So suffice to say, it's been a good fit for Blake. And he and his wife and the boys, the twins, are looking like they're enjoying themselves down there.
And the kids are getting to know him. He's getting to know the kids. And anytime you have a first-year head coach, it takes a while to get that program going in the direction that the coach kind of has it envisioned. And it's one of those situations where you can play all the summer ball that you do. You have all the practices before the season. But until you really get into that high school campaign, you still have a lot to figure out for the coach and the kids when they get used to one another.
Never know what somebody's going to do in a given situation until the situation presents itself. That's exactly right. So that gives you an idea about South Central. But Altamont, under John Nieberge, they've had an interesting year, and looks like after going again 2-2 in the Effingham Teutopolis Christmas Classic, is playing some pretty good basketball, and they're starting to get some depth too, and that's one thing that they might have needed at the start of the season, but now John knows who he can count on in a pinch.
Yeah, and part of that was because of a situation that you don't really like to see. Noah Teasley was ill for a long stretch there, and it really hit him hard. So he missed a few games, and he is bouncing back, and it seems to be getting back to full strength for the Indians, but that put him in a spot where a couple other players had to step up, like Jared Coleman, and Caden Earhart's been coming off the bench throughout the season as well, and they've done a nice job there for the Indians.
So it looks like we ought to have a fun one here in this first of our doubleheader. Remember, 2 tonight, 3 tomorrow night, 2 on Friday, and 4 on Saturday to wrap up this 84th annual National Trail Conference Tournament. Take a break. We'll look at the starting lineups for Game 1 in just a moment on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located south Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Premier Broadcasting, locally owned and operated, and proud to serve the Effingham area for more than 25 years. 97.9 XFM and KJ Country 102.3.
Back at Altamont, getting ready for South Central and Altamont. And then it's Neoga and Dietrich. I think we could have a couple of really good ball games for you tonight. Neoga's an up-and-coming team with an up-and-coming coach. And then you've got that Dietrich bunch. Josh Crumwitty has started to mold that program in his image now, and they're starting to do some good things. So ought to be a fun nightcap tonight as well. Mentioned that we will be having every game on 97.9 XFM. So keep that in mind all through the rest of the week. We'll stay on 97.9 XFM. But the YouTube channel, as far as the video feed, is available as well. And if you go to the website, there will be instructions. See, I have to explain it like somebody that doesn't know anything because I don't know anything. So if you go to the website, there will be instructions there. And Wayne Incorporated has everything all up there. Even I can do it. So check it out online. And good feed tonight, Wayne. Both cameras looking really good. Had a little fun last night with one of the cameras, but we're good to go tonight. All right, I better shut up and let you do the starting lineups.
Well, we can take a look at them quickly here as South Central will be the visitors in this game. They're 11-8 on the season. Logan Lutz went over 1,000 points in his career just a couple of weeks ago, if memory serves.
That's
He's
right.
a 5'8 senior wearing number 3. He'll be joined out on the perimeter by Daniel Roberts. Roberts is a 5'11 senior wearing number 4. Hunter Brandt does a lot of the dirty work inside for this ball club. He scores a lot as well. He's a 6'3 junior wearing number 14. He'll be joined by Colin Miller, a 6'1 sophomore at a forward spot, number 21. And Seth Shoemate, 5'11 senior, number 22, gets the call at the other forward spot for Coach Blake Doring in his first year at the helm of the South Central Cougars. It looks like we're getting set for the national anthem here, so we will join them for the national anthem, and then we'll have a look at the Altamont starting lineup.
Job by the Altamont Community Choir under the direction of Mr. Jim Pritchard. Nice job with our national anthem, and they're good friends, and they sing together on a semi-regular basis, that bunch, and they're fun to enjoy, fun to listen to. Did I give you time to do the lineups?
I need to do the Altamont lineup yet, so let's go ahead and take a look at that for the Altamont Indians under head coach John Niebrugge. They're 11-9 on the season. They will start at a guard, Alec Biggs, a 5'9 senior. He has also surpassed the 1,000-point mark in his career at Altamont High School. He is the leading scorer for the Indians. He'll be joined by point guard Aiden Yarhouse. Yarhouse, a 5'10 junior, wearing number 22. Denver Dukewood's a 5'10 junior as well, number 32. He plays inside, plays outside, does a little bit of everything for the Indians. Tony Klitzing, a 6'1 senior, number 34. He's a forward for this ball club. And in the middle, it's 6' junior, number 50, Noah Teasley. Teasley, again, was missed a few games due to illness, but he is back for the Indians, and they are happy to have him back in the starting lineup for Altamont. So that's a look at it for the Indians. Again, it's Biggs, Yarhouse, Dukewood, Klitzing, and Teasley. For South Central, it's Lutz, Roberts, Brandt, Miller, and Shoemate as we get set for action. And the third night of the National Trail Conference Tournament, the 84th annual edition.
We talked about the fact there are 3 games tomorrow night. There's a 5 o'clock game tomorrow, so don't let that one escape you. And that will feature CHBC, who lost the first night, Monday night, St. Elmo Brownstown. They'll play the loser of the second game tonight between Neoga and Dietrich. So that's a 5 o'clock game. And then we'll have the usual 2 losers from Tuesday, and then the 2 winners from Tuesday. So that's our 3 games tomorrow night. And then we'll have 4 Saturday.
Always a big day. We'll see how things work out and who gets to those contests on Saturday. But the goal for sure is to be playing Saturday at the NTC tournament. Only one team doesn't get to, but it'll be a fun day with the National Trail Conference opponents going up against one another. And I think this is going to be a fun matchup as well. You look at the size matchups, they're very comparative. And, you know, the thing that separates the two, as we mentioned, is Altamont probably has played a little bit of a heavier schedule in the beginning part of this season, but don't hold anything against South Central. They've been playing some good basketball as well, and it's one of those things where they are coming around for Coach Doring.
Yep, they played in the Vandalia tournament. They stayed there, so that's a pretty good measure still of a team's ability. And Blake knows his stuff. Two good young coaches here in John Nieberg and Blake Doring. So we'll see what happens. Cold weather tomorrow night. Get your park out when you're coming tomorrow night. Talking below 0 wind chills tomorrow night.
Well, you know, an interesting night for both Altamont and South Central fans. Altamont Lutheran is taking on St. Peter Lutheran in a regional semifinal game tonight at Iuka. So there's a lot of loyalties being split amongst whether they go to the junior high game or the high school game. And so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of information flashing back and forth between these gyms with scores and updates both ways.
A lot of junior high teams playing tonight. A lot of IESA regional games. 7th grade style in IESA. So Brian will do his best to keep us up to date.
Going to be Hunter Brandt jumping it up against Tony Klitzing as the toss is in the air and the tip is controlled by South Central, and we're underway as Logan Lutz will bring it across the timeline, matched up with Aiden Yarhouse of Altamont as the Indians open up in a man-to-man. Lutz takes it over to the left side, gets a little screen. Dukewood shies off to help. They get him shut down in the corner, and the Cougars swinging around the perimeter. They've got it into the hands of Shoemate. Shoemate gets it out top to Brandt. Hunter looks it over, back to Shoemate. Shoemate with the drive on the left side, leans in. Tough shot, no good. Rebound Yarhouse, and the Indians are on the run. Yarhouse runs it right up the middle of the court, gets into the lane, kicks it out to Dukewoods. Dukewoods looks to Biggs on the left side. Now South Central has a chance to set up their defense, and it looks like a 2-3. Interior pass batted away and taken away. Daniel Roberts gets the steal on Altamont's first turnover. Lutz brings it up court, gets into the lane, leaves it with Shoemate for a wing three. Shot no good. Rebound tapped out by Roberts, and finally it's controlled along the sideline by Colin Miller of South Central. Blake Doring hollers out of play. Nothing. A minute into this ball game as Logan Lutz sets up the offense. They get it to Shoemate. Now they swing it out top to Roberts. Roberts over on the side to Lutz. He works the top of the key to Miller. Miller's three off the mark, no good. Rebound Yarhouse again for Altamont. He'll push it up the right side this time. Gets it to Teasley. Teasley into the lane now, out to Klitzing. Left wing three, around and out, no good. Rebound's loose on the floor. Brandt goes down there to get it and saves it to Logan Lutz. Lutz gets it across the timeline. A lot of action, no points yet.
Smoke and no fire.
Lutz will go baseline. Cut off by Yarhouse. Swings it back out top. Hunter Brandt has it. Looks inside. Roberts is posting up. Shot off the glass. No good. Rebound pulled down by Alec Biggs. I think it's the first time he's touched the ball tonight. Biggs gets it across the timeline. Leaves it with Yarhouse left wing. Yarhouse directs traffic as he works back to the center circle. Now has a pass intended for Dukewoods. Picked off. Shoemate got the steal. Leaves it with Roberts. Roberts pushes it up court, and he's fouled along the way. It'll be South Central ball out of bounds.
And Kevin Grigg tells it. Number 22, foul on Aiden Yarhouse. First foul of the ball game.
So now Seth Shoemate will trigger the inbounds. At least he's looking to. Still looking. Finally, Lutz pops open in the corner. Works around a man. Drives in. Shot off the glass. No good. Rebound Teasley for Altamont. Ahead to Dukewoods. Dukewoods brings it up the right side. Now to the top of the key where he leaves it with Yarhouse on the left wing. In the left corner now to Klitzing. Back out top to Yarhouse as the Indians swing it around the perimeter to Biggs. Biggs is on the right side. Now top of the key three for Yarhouse is good.
Got it out top, and they finally got one down. Maybe that'll get the lid off for both ball clubs.
2.5 minutes into the first quarter. Altamont's up 3-0. Lots of pass is picked off. Yarhouse goes into the air to get the steal. Drives for the layup. It's up and good. He has all 5 of Altamont points, and South Central wants to talk it over. With 5:25 to play in the first quarter, it's a 30-second break. We'll take one as well. It's Altamont 5, South Central nothing. NTC action on 97.9 XFM.
Bank anytime, anywhere with Washington Savings Bank's virtual branch. Good luck to all the area teams during the Christmas Classic basketball tournament. Washington Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament. 97.9 XFM.
5-0. Altamont with the lead. South Central took the quick timeout after the turnover. That led to the Altamont bucket.
Yep, Cougars 0 for 5 so far. Need to find a way to get a shot down this trip.
Logan Lutz brings it up court, leaves it on the left side to Roberts. Roberts get pass to the right wing over to Hunter Braun. Hunter matched up with Klitzing, gets it back out top to Lutz. And South Central looks to reset the offense. They try to hand it off to Brandt, and Klitzing gets the steal. He pushes it up the right side. Shot underneath, no good. Rebound loose on the floor. Teasley dives to save it, and he got it out to Yarhouse. To Klitzing, back to Biggs. Right wing three, good. Alex Biggs pushes the lead to 8-0 for Altamont. Just over 3 minutes into this first quarter.
Indians 3 for 5 from the floor out of the gate, and South Central still with no basket.
Logan Lutz takes it to the right wing. On the dribble, now skips it left side. Shoemate, 3 on the way, left it way short. Yarhouse has got the rebound. He'll bring it up court, looks ahead in the right corner. That's Teasley for 3. It's around and out, no good. Rebound's loose, and Dukewood tracks it down for Altamont. And as he grabbed it, Shoemate was hustling over there and kind of dove for it and got his arms and legs wrapped around the legs of Denver Dukewood.
Only people wearing 22 can commit fouls in this game. Because Yarhouse got that one for Altamont. Shoemate picks one up here for the Cougars. And just for that, he sits down.
And Kennan Wilshire, number 30, checks in for the first time. That's the first substitution of the ball game for either team. Altamont works the inbounds. They've got it with Teasley. Skip past to Klitzing now in the right corner to Yarhouse. Drives the lane, leaves it with Dukewood. Way up inside, good.
Nice little feed.
Denver Dukewood has his first 2 points of the ball game, and Altamont's up 10-0 already. Not what I expected out of this ball game. Hunter Braun has it in the left corner, matched up with Klitzing. Skip pass to the right side to Wilshire. Wilshire holds. He's at the elbow of the free throw line. Lobs it out top for Lutz. Lutz is covered up. He gets it back to Roberts. Roberts off a screen, goes to the right wing. And now Brandt looks inside to Wilshire. Shot up. Oh, it rattled out. No good.
Still a great pass, wasn't it?
Altamont's Alec Biggs grabs the rebound, gets it to the free throw or timeline, across the timeline rather. They work it that's Yarhouse for a wing 3. Shot no good. Rebound headed out of bounds, but Yarhouse saves it. They get it out top to Biggs for 3. This shot's no good. Yarhouse again into the stands to try to save it. This time he couldn't get there in time, and it'll be out of bounds to the Cougars.
Cougars, and there's some correlation here, they are now 0 for 7 from the field, but they also have just 2 rebounds. So no second chances either.
10-0. Altamont up with 3:15 to play in the first quarter. Logan Lutz across the timeline. Leaves it with Brandt on the left side. Altamont has switched the defense. It appears to be a 1-3-1 this trip as Aiden Yarhouse knocks the pass out of bounds. It'll belong to the Cougars along the sideline.
Conversely, when you look at those rebound numbers, it means Altamont's getting themselves 2 or 3 shots when they need them.
Inbounds all the way in backcourt to Logan Lutz. Altamont picks up man-to-man this time. Lutz takes it over to the left side. Brandt comes out. Lutz directs traffic, then spins around him, still over on the left wing. Now brings it to the top of the key, drives into the lane, whips up a little shot. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound to Klitzing, pushes it in ahead to Teasley. Teasley on the right side, tried to pass it across, and it was tipped by Brandt, and what a save by Wilshire. He throws it in, pushing it up court is Lutz. He leaves it with Roberts, and there's the first 2 points of the ball game for South Central.
That was a great save on that ball going out of bounds, and that led to the basket.
Altamont pushes it right back up court, though. Biggs pulls up for a 10-footer, left it way short. Rebound to Roberts. He hustled after it, bring it up the right side, now leaves it left wing with Lutz. He drives the left baseline, leans in and draws a crowd and draws a foul. It's probably Biggs.
See what Kevin Grigg thinks here. 2-0. Biggs is first, second on the Indians.
Roberts will get a breather as Mason Robb checks in to replace him for South Central. Altamont will make their first substitution of the ball game as well as Caden Earhart comes in to replace Noah Teasley.
Roberts saying, man, I've scored all our points.
Yeah.
They take me out.
2:12 on the first quarter clock. Still 10-2 in favor of Altamont. Hunter Brandt has it out top. No, that wasn't Brandt. But now they get it to Wilshire at the free throw line. They work it on the side to Colin Miller. Miller to Roberts. Skip pass to the right side to Wilshire. Long 2, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Robb. It'll belong to Altamont.
So 10-2, still a couple of minutes left in the quarter. Cougars really need to stop and get a bucket here because 2 points in a quarter to start out the game, that's tough to come back from.
Altamont breaks a 1-2-2 full-court press of South Central. They get it up to Biggs. He's on the right side, steps back, now gets in the corner to Earhart. Earhart back out to Biggs, around to Yarhouse. He's on the left wing. Looking over the 1-2-2 half-court defense. Maybe it's a 2-3. We'll try to diagnose
I'll let
here.
you decide.
Meanwhile, Altamont gets it to Yarhouse. Free throw line jumper is left short. Rebound to Mason Robb. He hands it off to Hunter Braun, who brings it up the left side. Now switches gears, brings it to the top of the key, leaves it with Colin Miller for three. Shot no good. Rebound Klitzing. Klitzing brought it out of a crowd. Still on the dribble now. Gets it to the timeline to Yarhouse. Still not across the line. Yarhouse now does bounce at the Klitzing. They get it ahead to Earhart. Corner three from the right side. Good. Caden Earhart has his first points off the bench for Altamont. Pushes the lead to 11, 13-2.
4 different kids have scored for Altamont in this first quarter. You like to see some balance.
Logan
like
Lutz
that.
has his pocket pick. Getting the steal is Yarhouse. Driving for the layup, and he got it. Yarhouse has 7 after the third turnover of the quarter for the Cougars with 40 seconds to play in the period.
Just 3 turnovers, but boy, I think Altamont's turned all 3 into baskets.
Lutz across the timeline again. His club trailing by 13. Now there's another tip and a steal. Earhart gets this one. Drives up for the left-handed layup, and it's up and in.
He's saying, where have I been? Get me in this game.
Earhart
5 quick.
Off the bench with those 5 with 15 seconds to play in the quarter. Lutz is looking to get something set up against Altamont's 1-3-1 zone. Lutz with 10 seconds on the clock. It holds it out top now. They bounce it in the corner to Miller. Miller looking inside, 4 seconds, gets it back out to Lutz. No, he doesn't. Biggs with the steal. He throws up a shot at the buzzer, left it short as he got across the timeline and was just inside the arc on the right side, but couldn't get the runner to fall ahead of the clock. And after one, it's Altamont 17, South Central 2. You're listening to the National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament. 97.9 XFM.
17-2, Altamont leads South Central at the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. The opening game of tonight's action, we've got Dietrich and Dioga in the nightcap. Altamont ball to start the second period. They work it to Yarhouse. Skip pass to Biggs. Biggs corner three. Good.
Not what South Central needed. Down 15. Then they get burned on a 3 to start the quarter.
And 15 seconds into the second quarter, South Central is going to take a full timeout. It's 20-2. Altamont leads South Central at the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Diedrich can help.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Premier Broadcasting, locally owned and operated, and proud to serve the Effingham area for more than 25 years. 97.
Boy, Altamont taking it to South Central early here, scored 20-2 just into the second period of action, and South Central took another timeout. They have the ball up court. Shoemate with it, back into the ball game, leaves it with Hunter Bront. Bront skips it out top to Lutz. Lutz looks on the wing. There's a new player into the ball game. That's Tanner Hester, and I think I see why he's in. Tanner buried the three from the wing, makes it 20-5.
They needed something.
Altamont works it up court against some pressure. They get it to Yarhouse in the right corner. He bounces it in the lane to Dukewitz. Dukewitz looks underneath for Jared Coleman, who came in at the quarter. He finally controlled the pass, got it out in the corner to Earhart, and Caden Earhart hits another three for the Indians, making it 23-5.
You're down 17-2 when the quarter starts, and then the team that has the 17 comes out and drains a couple of threes. That's sending it from bad to worse, man.
Lutz trying to work on Yarhouse. Can't get in the lane, sends it to Shoemate. They work it over to Hester on the right side, back out to Logan Lutz. He puts it on the floor with the right hand, leaves it with Hester again, who bounces to Shoemate out top. His pass on the wing is tipped out of bounds. Earhart had a chance for the steal, just couldn't hang on to it, but he knocked it away from the Cougars.
I know John Nieberge, though, if that score doesn't move much beyond this, he'll be madder than hops and find people who can up that ante. He doesn't want them to get stagnant now that they've got the big lead here early.
Teasley's back into the ball game. He replaces Denver Dukewitz for Altamont with 6:25 on the clock. Logan Lutz works it over to the right side, now takes it to the right baseline, kicks it across to Bront. Bront now moves the left baseline, gets under the basket, needs some help, got it out of trouble to Shoemate. Shoemate looks inside. Roberts is posting up, tried to pass it out of there, and there's Yarhouse with another steal.
He just went up and plucked that out of the air.
He brings it to the top of the key, loads up for a three. The officials are going to talk it over, and they say, yes, that was tipped, and it's out of bounds off of South Central. It never hit the rim, just hit the baseline, and it was definitely way short, and apparently someone got a hand on it for the Cougars. Yarhouse fires the inbounds to Biggs from the baseline. Biggs at the top of the key, spins, gets to the free throw line. His shot is blocked, but that's because he's fouled, and Alec Biggs heads to the line for a couple.
Shoemate got him, so 2 fouls on South Central, but Shoemate has them both. First quarter stats, South Central 1 of 11. Didn't go to the line. 5 turnovers, 4 rebounds, missed all 4 of their threes. Altamont just a shade under 50%, 7 out of 15, 3 for 7 on threes, pretty good. They also didn't go to the line, 2 turnovers and 10 rebounds. Just a great quarter for Altamont.
Checking into the ball game for the first time, Aaron Patton, the 5'10 junior, number 35 for South Central. Also returning Colin Miller for South Central. Meanwhile, Biggs' first free throw was good. The second one is not, but Coleman grabs the rebound. Outlet to Biggs. Biggs goes baseline, sends it out to Yarhouse. He'll drive into the lane, put up a runner, and it's good. Aiden Yarhouse with 9 leads all scorers. He has Altamont up 26-5.
Yeah, South Central with 2 baskets so far in the game, and we're 2 minutes into the second quarter.
South Central looking against the zone this time from Altamont. Bront has it in the corner, gets it to Lutz. They skip it to Shoemate. He's on the left side. Tries to go down towards the corner. He's double-teamed. Ball knocked loose. Shoemate picks it back up and gets it back out to Lutz. Logan Lutz gets it now to Shoemate. Corner they go for 3. I believe that's Miller. And it is Colin Miller's first bucket of the ball game, making it 26-8. 5:25 on the clock. Altamont runs it up court in a hurry. Biggs into the lane. Now baseline Coleman. Skips it back out to Biggs, who's on the wing. He loads up for a 3. Shot no good. Hunter Bront with the rebound. He gets it to Lotz, who trots it up the right side. 5:10 to play in the second quarter. Logan Lotz crosses over, goes into the lane. Now dishes it off. Baseline jumper for Miller. It's left short. Rebound pulled out of there, though, by Patton. He goes to Lotz. Top of the key. 3, no good. Rebound, Noah Teasley. He hands it off to Earhart, who gets it across the timeline for Altamont. Takes it over to the left side, where he finds Teasley in the corner for 3, and he got it. Noah Teasley's first points of the ball game makes it 29-8.
Altamont has 4 made threes in the second quarter. We've played 3.5 minutes.
Logan Lutz brings it to the right side. Finds Shoemate. Wing 3 there. It's a little strong. Rebound, Noah Teasley. Hands it off to Yarhouse. Yarhouse to the timeline. Rifles it up to Earhart. Earhart on the right wing gets it baseline to Biggs. Biggs back out to Earhart. Over to Yarhouse. Left wing 3, no good. Teasley there for the rebound, and he quickly gets it out of trouble in the lane to Earhart.
I must have missed the memo where every shot's got to be a 3.
Here's another 3 for Altamont. It's Biggs rattling out, no good. Rebound pulled out of there by Colin Miller, and here come the Cougars. Altamont back defensively. Logan Lutz looking to set up a play at the timeline.
Between the two teams, we've had 1 2-point shot in this quarter.
Wow. Lutz goes over to the right side, crosses over. Yarhouse stays right with him. Now Lutz into the lane, leaves it with Shoemate. Wing 3, no good. Doesn't hit anything as it goes out of bounds, and it'll be Altamont ball. Substitutions, a couple each way. Earhart and Yarhouse sit down. Yarhouse did get the well-deserved breather there. And Earhart's brought some punch off the bench. Meanwhile, having a seat is Aaron Patton for South Central. Someone else sat down, I do believe.
Dukewitz and Klitzing came in for Altamont.
And Wilshire's back for South Central for sure. Also, Mason Robb is back on the court. So we've got that set for you. Holman with it in the left corner. Gets it back out to Dukewitz. Dukewitz's pass was kicked out there by Robb. So it'll be Altamont ball right by the South Central bench. 3:28 to play in the first half of action. Altamont triggering the inbound. They lead 29-8. Klitzing dribbles it down in the corner. Sends it out to Teasley. Teasley bounces it across to Dukewitz. Dukewitz takes over the point guard duties this trip with Yarhouse on the bench. They find Klitzing. He skips it across to Biggs. Biggs on the right side. Goes baseline. Stops and pops. 10-footer left short. Rebounds loose in the lane and is finally claimed by Colin Miller. South Central gets the outlet ahead to Lutz. Lutz back to Hunter Braun. He's way out top with it. Puts it on the floor. Now moves down to the left side. Stumbles, but saved it as he was headed towards the baseline. Skips it out top to Lutz. Lutz from the top of the key goes over to Miller right wing. Miller drives to the baseline, cut off by Dukewitz, brings it back out to the right side where he goes top of the key with a pass to Robb. Robb tried to get it to Hunter Bront, and pass just went out of bounds.
Boy, I got to talk about Alec Biggs' defense. He is everywhere Lutz is going. He is his shadow, and he knows that's their leading scorer, and that's his assignment, man.
2:42 to play in the second quarter. A 30-second timeout taken. We'll take one as well. You're listening to the NTC Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Bank anytime, anywhere with Washington Savings Bank's virtual branch. Good luck to all the area teams during the Christmas Classic basketball tournament. Washington Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Your home for the 84th Annual NTC Tournament, 97.9 XFM.
Quick little timeout taken. Aiden Yarhouse comes back into the ball game for Altamont. He's out there with Dukewitz, Teasley, Biggs, and Klitzing, the starting 5 back for the Indians. Colin Miller picks up Yarhouse as he gets it across the timeline to Biggs. Biggs threw a skip pass, and there's a little miscommunication there. And the ball just sails out of bounds into the stands.
Just their first turnover this quarter, Matt, and only 3 in the game so far.
I almost wonder if that timeout they didn't have something set up, but somebody didn't get the memo the right way there for the Indians. Logan Lutz brings it across the timeline, matched up with Aiden Yarhouse.
Yeah, because it didn't look like a typical mistake.
Lutz has it now on the left side, brings it back out to the top of the key. They go to Roberts. Roberts looks inside to Brandt. He's posting up, puts it up and in. Hunter Brandt has his first 2 points of the ball game, makes it 29-10 with 2:10 to play in the first half. Altamont beats the press with a pass ahead to Biggs. Biggs leaves it with Yarhouse left side. Yarhouse now moves between the center circle and the top of the key. Gets it to Biggs right wing. Down baseline to Teasley. Back out to Biggs. Over to Yarhouse. He's at the top of the key again. Works it to Biggs right side. Back to Yarhouse. Over to Klitzing. Klitzing puts it on the floor. Bounces it back out top for Yarhouse. Yarhouse working against the zone. Leaves it with Biggs. Thought about a 3. Steps around the defender. Pulls up for a 15-footer, and it rattles out. No good. Rebound, Daniel Roberts, and here comes South Central. They fire it ahead to Miller. Miller open for a wing 3. It's no good. Rebound tracked down by South Central as they try to save it in the corner. They can't do so, and it might have been as well off because they threw it right to the Indians.
And they'll get the ball to inbound. Robert, another change here for South Central. Robb sat down. And Wilshire back.
Wilshire's on the court. I think he is the man back. Altamont gets it across the timeline. Yarhouse drives into the lane. Ball got knocked loose. It's off of South Central, though, and it'll stay with Altamont.
Roberts is their kid. They're trying to play inside both ends of the floor. In fact, he just hasn't had a lot of opportunities. Might have tried to post up once or twice, but Altamont's clog in the middle.
Blake Doring standing on the court right next to Aiden Yarhouse as Altamont triggers the inbound from the baseline. Indians put the ball in play. They get it to Biggs at the top of the key. He goes baseline to Teasley. Teasley drives, now kicks it out to Biggs. Top of the key three, good. Alex Biggs now in double figures with 10. Makes it 32-10 in favor of Altamont. They're up 22, their biggest lead of the night. South Central has it with Hunter Braun. He's at the top of the key. Steps around the defender, and as he makes his move, a foul is whistled. We'll have to see who picks up the personal.
Just the third foul. In fact, that's only the third foul on both ball clubs. Klitzing's first tonight.
So Altamont playing the man-to-man this trip as the inbound comes from the sideline out top to Logan Lutz. He bounced it to Wilshire at the high post, and Wilshire just never could get a handle on it. Bounces off of him, goes out of bounds.
That's their second turnover this quarter, but 7 in the game.
So Altamont's Aiden Yarhouse trying to bring it up court, and as he does, he's bumped by Colin Miller. So there's a Cougar personal with 34.6 seconds to play.
Sweet's team sitting on 3 fouls in the half. Miller's first foul.
Altamont triggers the inbounds, and Yarhouse gets it across the timeline, looking at the 1-2-2 this time. Skip pass from Biggs to Dukewitz in the left corner. Dukewitz holds it high, now brings it back out top to Yarhouse. He's in the center circle, and Yarhouse says, hey, we're just going for one. 18 seconds to play in the quarter. Biggs comes out to provide some relief as Miller was on Yarhouse. Now Miller drifts over to Biggs. Now it's poked away. Biggs goes in the backcourt. Oh, apparently it wasn't touched by Miller, and it'll be a over and back violation.
The only thing I can figure is Biggs must have tried to get it back because I agree with you that it looked like somebody knocked it away.
No big complaints from anyone from Altamont, though, with 8.4 seconds left. They haven't had a lot to complain about, up 32-10.
Yeah, probably save your complaints for when you really need them.
Logan Lutz flips it back to Hunter Braun. He loads up atop of the key three, no good, but tipping it up and in at the buzzer is Daniel Roberts. And maybe that'll give South Central just a little bit of a boost as they head into the locker room. As the score here at halftime is Altamont 32, South Central 12. You're listening to the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th Annual NTC Tournament, 97.9 XFM.
This is the Compass Advisory Group halftime show. For all of your insurance needs, contact Corey McDaniel or Kurt Strohmeyer at 347-9697.
Welcome back to Altamont High School. The score at halftime, Altamont 32, South Central 12. Altamont opened up with a 17-2 first quarter. Teams played a little more evenly in the second quarter, but Altamont still had a 15-8 edge, or excuse me, a 15-10 edge, as it is 32-12 here at halftime, as Altamont came out firing, and mainly from beyond the arc, especially in the second quarter of action. Alec Biggs leads all scorers with 10 points at halftime. Aiden Yarhouse has 9. Caden Earhart has 8. Noah Teasley chipped in with a 3. And Denver Duquitz has 2 points. Tony Klitzing and Jared Coleman have each seen the floor for the Indians in the first half of action. For Blake Doring, South Central Cougars, Daniel Roberts has 4 points. He had that tip-in at the buzzer at the end of the second quarter. Colin Miller knocked down a 3. Tanner Hester came off the bench to hit a 3. And Hunter Brandt has 2 points. Logan Lutz has not scored in this ball game. That's noteworthy. He is a top scorer for the Cougars throughout the season. Seth Shoemate also played and didn't score, as did Keenan Wilshire and Aaron Patton and Mason Robb. So at the half, it is Altamont 32, South Central 12 in this 2-7 matchup. We've got the 3-6 matchup coming up a little later on tonight, as it will be a pretty good ball game between a good Neoga club that got the 6th seed. They'll take on a good Dietrich team as well. They are the 3 seed here in the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. Let's take a break. We'll come back with some stats from Greg. We'll get you set for the second half of action as well, as you're listening to the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Nemurg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Nemurg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Dietrich can help.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Premier Broadcasting, locally owned and operated, and proud to serve the Effingham area for more than 25 years. 97.9 XFM.
Back at Altamont at the half in our first of the doubleheader tonight. It's Altamont 32, South Central 12. 20-point lead for the Indians here at halftime. They outscored the Cougars 17-2 in the first quarter, and that kind of, well, probably decided this thing. It was much more competitive in the second quarter. Altamont still outscored South Central, but 15-10, and that accounts for a 32-12 lead here at halftime. Altamont shot 50% from the field that first half, 13-26. Just missed 50% in the first quarter at 7-15, then hit 6-11, just over 50% in the second quarter. So 13-26 for the Indians for 50% on the schnoz. 5-11 on threes. They were 1 for 2 from the line, and those are the only 2 foul shots in the game so far. 3 turnovers. That's a great total for Altamont. Just 1 the second quarter. Indians with 14 rebounds in the first half. Just 4 in the second quarter because the shooting got a little better, so a little less opportunity at the board. South Central, 5-21 in the first quarter. Now, they were 1 of 11 in the first quarter and shot 40% in the second quarter, 4 out of 10, so they did get better. So 5-21 at halftime. They haven't been to the line yet. They have 7 turnovers, but just 2 in the second quarter. They have 10 rebounds, so Altamont with a 14-10 rebound edge. And the Cougars are 2 of 11 on threes. That's 18%. So those are the team stats. Let's quickly run through the individual numbers here for South Central. Logan Lutz is 0 for 3. That's one thing. He only has 3 shots. I'm telling you, Big's doing a job on him. 1 rebound, no fouls. Daniel Roberts is 2 for 3 for his 4 points, 3 rebounds. Hunter Brandt. Is it Braun or Brandt? Are we back to Brandt?
Back to Brandt.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Brandt.
I might say Brandt now and again because we hear it both ways all the time.
You and Charlie both said Brandt. I'm thinking, okay. So Brunt is 1 for 2 with a couple of rebounds. Colin Miller 1 for 5. He made a 3 as a foul and 3 rebounds. Seth Shoemate's 0 for 5 from the field. Keenan Wilshire's 0 for 2 from the field. And Tanner Hester made a 3. 2 and 10 their quarters for 12 points. So for Altamont, much better shooting, obviously. Alec Biggs is 4 for 10, including a 3. He's 1 for 2 from the line, has a couple of rebounds and a foul. Aiden Yarhouse put it up 8 times, made 4 of them, including a 3. He has 3 rebounds and a foul. Hayden Earhart's 3 for 3, including a couple of 3s. He has a rebound. Denver Dukewitz made a bucket and has a rebound. Tony Klitzing 0 for 2, but a couple of rebounds and a foul. And Noah Teasley hit a 3, had 4 rebounds while he was in there. And Jared Coleman grabbed the board. 17 and 15, good consistent quarters for Altamont's 32 points. So 32-12, Altamont with the lead. Take a break, then we'll check scores with Brian here on 97.9 XFM.
At Country Financial,
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Don't forget, coming up after this, Neoga and Dietrich, and then tomorrow night, 3 for you. Starting at 5 o'clock tomorrow here at Altamont. Speaking of scores, Brian, do you have any?
Just a couple in boys basketball games at the LIC tourney. Lawrenceville over Newton at halftime, 32-23. And Vandalia has a first quarter lead over Edinburgh, 30-7. That's your scores.
Good. Thank you, Brian. That was a great job keeping us up to date on everything around the area. LIC tournaments playing, LOVC tournaments playing. A lot of 7th grade boys regional and other junior high regional basketball. So Brian's trying to keep us in the know. And, of course, a reminder again, you can go to our YouTube channel on the website, and you can watch this game live up close and personal, courtesy of Wayne. I think that if South Central doesn't get a couple of stops and get a couple of buckets, the balloon may go up here early.
Yeah, you would have to say, I mean, we always talk about the first 3 minutes of the third quarter being important in any ball game. It's ultra important for South Central if they have any hopes of pulling themselves back in it. They're down 20, but we've seen teams reel off a lot of points and a half before. They're trying to hit Brown on the back door cut. They find him finally. He's able to control the pass, but he can't get the shot to fall, and its rebound is taken out by Altamont's Noah Teasley. Altamont pushes it up ahead to the corner 3 for Denver Dukewitz. Shot no good. Rebound secured by Klitzing. He hands it off to Yarhouse, who kicks it out to Biggs. Right wing 3, no good. Rebound, Roberts has it. He's bringing it up the right side. Goes all the way in the lane, steps through. Shot, though, left it short, right at the rim. And Tony Klitzing grabs the rebound, and it's just not been South Central's night. Altamont pushes it up court. Yarhouse in the lane to Dukewitz. Over to Teasley, right wing 3. Shot no good. Rebound taken down by Lutz. And one thing we might have is a record for threes taken in a ball game here tonight.
Might already. Man.
A minute into the second quarter, still 32-12. Altamont back in the man-to-man defense. Hunter Brandt has it out top. Holding. Now Klitzing's with him. He tries to lob it inside to Lutz. That pass into the lane is finally knocked away and taken by Altamont. Klitzing came out of there with it, pushed it ahead to Dukewitz. He's double-teamed. Skip pass is taken away by Shoemate. He's driving on the left side, had it stripped by Biggs, but Biggs is out of bounds when he touches it. It'll stay with South Central under their basket.
Shoemate had a great idea. Nice job by Biggs at hustling back to get back on defense.
Boy, Altamont is playing quick tonight. Defense, turning it into offense. Shoemate looking to get the ball inbound for the Cougars, and there's another knockaway. Klitzing stepped in front and got the steal.
And it's not crazy fast. You know, they're playing under control.
Altamont does push it up ahead to Biggs. Biggs tried a spin move on the baseline, and Lost it out of bounds.
2-2 on turnovers.
Okay. South Central across the timeline with Logan Lutz. He has it in the center circle as he sets up the play against Altamont's man-to-man. Lutz still working on Yarhouse out top. His pass intended for Miller is a bullet, and it goes out of bounds. Miller couldn't get the handle on it, and it's another turnover for the Cougars. Altamont triggers the inbounds to Duquid. Duquid gets it across the timeline, brings it up the right side with to Klitzing. Klitzing flips it back out top to Yarhouse. Free throw line to Duquid. Shot is blocked, but that's because and a foul is whistled.
Shoemate, maybe. He was in the neighborhood, and that's his third. South Central has 4 fouls, Matt. Shoemate has 3 of them.
Wow. 6:14 to play in the third quarter. Altamont goes to the free throw line with Denver Duquid's putting the first one up, and it rattles out. No good.
How hard is it when you're up 20 to keep your focus?
Well, I don't know. I was rarely ever up 20. Free throw for Duquid's is good. So he goes 1 of 2 at the line, but it's a valid point. And the main thing is you just got to keep playing each possession. Kind of like what the Cougars have to do here is Logan Lutz blasts into the lane, flips up a runner in a crowd. It's no good, and Klitzing has the rebound. Got it to Biggs. Biggs pushes it up the middle of the court. Leaves it with Duquid on the wing. Back to Biggs on the left side. Biggs picks up his dribble. Now needs some help. Skip pass to the right corner to Yarhouse. He drives around one man, elevates into the lane, and sticks it off the glass, and it's good.
He was up there a long time. Got the angle to bank it home.
And we've got a timeout for South Central. 5:41 to play in the third quarter. It's Altamont 35, South Central 12. You're listening to high school basketball in the NTC tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
5:41 to play in the third quarter. Altamont's just scored 3 points in the period, but South Central hasn't scored yet.
And they need to really bad. If it's up to one of these teams who needs to score, it's South Central.
They work the ball to Hunter Braun. He's at the free throw line, now gets into the paint a little bit, leaves it with Shoemate for a 3, and that's good.
He was wide open.
Seth Shoemate with his first 3 points makes it 35-15. Now here's a knockaway out top. Miller with the steal. He brings it up the right side. Altamont back defensively. He waits for help, and he gets it to Logan Lutz. Logan drives into the lane, kicks it to corner to Shoemate, out to Braun. Top of the key now to Roberts. He'll fire a 3. It's off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound, Biggs. Altamont always looking to push it. Biggs gets into the lane, leans in, and that's going to be an offensive foul. Great job of getting back and taking the charge by none other than Daniel Roberts.
Foul on Biggs is his second. First on Altamont in the half. Altamont's 4th turnover already this quarter. They only had 3 in the first half.
3 minutes into the third quarter. Logan Lutz will bring it across the timeline. Looking to chop into the Altamont 20-point advantage. Altamont's been switching defenses throughout the game. Now they're in a 1-3-1. Lutz has it on the right side. Skips it to the left side to Braun. In the corner to Miller. Miller's 3 is up. No good. Rebound Shoemate on the weak side as he went high for the board. Now leans in, puts the shot off the glass. It's no good. Klitzing has this rebound, and then Shoemate fouls him from behind.
And that's number 4 on Shoemate. Wow. He's not going to be long for the game. Well, in fact, right now he's not for the game.
Kenan Wilshire quickly off the bench for South Central, came in to replace Seth as he heads to the bench with those 4 fouls. Altamont looking at a 1-2-2 half-court trap. They're skipping it around the perimeter. They've got it with Biggs, and Biggs traveled with it as he started to make his move into the lane, and Altamont's racking up the turnovers.
Yeah, 5 this quarter after 3 in the first half, and I wonder if that's some of that complacency settling in. I think that's one reason John's trying to switch up defenses to keep South Central cool, but maybe also to keep his kids sharp.
Lutz around the screen, drives into the lane, now tries to kick it out to the corner, and the pass is taken away by Klitzing to Duquid. They get it up ahead to Yarhouse to Biggs in the left corner. Biggs gets it back out to Yarhouse halfway through this third quarter. They go to Klitzing for a right wing three. It's no good. Rebound tipped and saved by Wilshire off of Altamont. Biggs, they went to Teasley. Teasley got it back to Biggs for three, and the shot was no good. Bront grabs the rebound as South Central brings it up court. Roberts has it left side, gets it out top to Lutz. He drives into the lane, lost it on the way up, but that's because it was knocked loose by Altamont. It'll be South Central ball under the basket.
Nice work under there by Biggs, knocking the ball loose. Goes out of bounds off him, but he still disrupted the play. Altamont sits down Teasley.
Caden Earhart back into the ball game, number 24. Bront triggers the inbound, goes to Lutz. He nice through defenders, lays it off the glass, and it's good.
It's just his fifth shot, though, Matt. Your leading scorer, man, only has 5 shots. We're halfway through the third quarter.
Picks up his first 2 points, making it 35-17 with 3:20 to play in the third. Altamont has it out top with Yarhouse. Yarhouse has it poked away from behind, then it's picked up by Lutz. He fires it up court to Miller. Miller has it knocked away by Dukewitz, who saves it inbounds. They got it to Klitzing, and as Klitzing tried to hand it off, he commits a traveling violation. Meanwhile, they're checking on Dukewitz, as apparently he went all the way out of the gymnasium with all that momentum he had built up, saving that ball out underneath us here on this end of the gym.
I had to give Altamont 2 turnovers because South Central saved it in, so they'd lost it. And then Altamont lost it again. I think I kept up.
35-17 the score. That's what I know. 3 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Altamont pokes it free out top, and Hunter Bront goes back to get it. Now Bront is bumped, and a foul is whistled against the Indians.
Yeah, Earhart, wrong place, wrong time. His first, just 2.5 on Altamont, and Altamont only has 5 fouls in the game. Of course, South Central only has 5 fouls in the game.
And
let them play tonight.
South Central has the ball out top in the center circle. Works it over to Miller. Miller out to Wilshire. He's at the top of the key, guarded closely by Klitzing. They get it to Aaron Patton just into the ball game, who goes to Hunter Bront. Left side three is good. Hunter Bront makes it 35-20. They're within 15 now.
A little bit of margin mention.
Altamont gets it on the wing. That's a 2 for Biggs, but it's off the mark. No good. Rebound, Hunter Bront again. They'll bring it up the left side. He's bumped by Earhart.
Earhart picks up his second, closely following his first. 3 on Altamont and a half.
Mason Robb into the ball game, and having a seat is Colin Miller for the Cougars. 2:11 to play in the third quarter of this 35-20 ball game.
Neoga and Dietrich coming up next. That ought to be a fun one.
Wilshire has it out top, looks underneath, and stepping in front and taking the steal is Biggs. He's pushing it up the right side, gets into the lane, and draws a foul as he was trying to lay it up on the right side. Wilshire prevented the 2 points that way, but Biggs will try to get him at the line.
Certainly did prevent him. Wilshire's first foul. 3 on the Cougars in the half. 6 turnovers now for South Central this quarter and 7 for Altamont. So neither coach going to be real happy about that.
Free throw on the way for Biggs is good. He has 11. Makes it 36-20. Altamont's only scored 4 points, though, in this third quarter.
And only 1 bucket.
Here's the next for Alec. It's up. It's good. Alec has 12. He leads all scorers, making it 37-20. Altamont back up 17. Just under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter as Logan Lutz gets it across the timeline. He bounces it for Bront out the top of the key. He works into the free throw line, kicks it out to Wilshire for 3, and it's good.
Those threes are starting to fall. That's 3 threes for South Central in the quarter.
And Keenan Wilshire has his first points of the ball game. Meanwhile, Biggs weaves his way into the lane, and he draws another foul inside against the Cougars.
He does attack the basket well. Cougars pick up their 4th foul of the half. Wilshire picks up his 2nd.
And for a kid that's 5'9", especially, he attacks the basket well in Biggs.
Strong kid, too, for his size, and he just says, here I come.
That free throw rattles out, though, no good. A couple of substitutions as Tanner Hester is back into the ball game. And I believe Roberts came back in as well for the Cougars. This free throw up for Biggs is good, so he goes 1 of 2 at the line. Give him 13 in the ball game.
And Coleman's back for Altamont.
Tony Klitzing will have a seat. So with a minute and a half to play in the third quarter, Logan Lutz is just walking it up court. Gets it across the timeline, crosses over, gets into the lane, kicks it out to Hester. Hester back to Lutz in the left corner. Going to drive baseline, draws a pair of Indians, gets it out top. The pass was not handled well by Robb, but Hunter Brandt was there to pick it up. He drives into the lane, draws a crowd, and Altamont knocks it loose, picks it up. Dukewoods has it, and he's swarmed over by a couple of Cougars, and a foul is whistled.
Probably on Robb. He tried to reach in and get ball. Instead, he got arm. Robb fouled for the first time tonight, and that's 5.5 now on the Cougars.
38-23 the score as Altamont tries to bring it up court, and the ball is kicked. And it was really kicked high into the air.
It's good. Did not hit the upright. Sign him, Bears. I know somebody touched the kick.
Yeah,
I know.
See, someone touched that one too, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Altamont working against the 1-2-2, three-quarter court trap as Yarhouse bounces it across to Earhart. Earhart gets it back to Yarhouse, now to Biggs in the right corner. Yarhouse has it again, top of the key. Looks for Earhart, left wing. Shot no good. Hunter Brandt tips the rebound and then controls it for the Cougars. He pushes it up to Lutz on their left side as Logan Lutz brings it back out to the center circle and calls the play with 35 seconds to play in the third. Hunter Brandt comes to get it on the wing. Fires it back to the right side to Hester. Hester looks for Roberts. Roberts knifes in from the left wing. Now kicks it out to Lutz for three. Shot no good. Rebound Yarhouse. Yarhouse pushing it up the right side. Gets it in the corner to Biggs. Biggs fakes the three. Drives around the defender. Leans in. Shot's no good. Wouldn't have counted anyway as he called for another charge. And again, it's Daniel Roberts who stood up and took it.
3 fouls on Biggs and 2 have been charges. Altamont's 8th turnover this quarter.
And Colin Miller with 12.5 seconds in the third quarter is back into the ball game to give a break to Tanner Hester. Logan Lutz across the timeline. 6 seconds on the clock. Drives into the lane with the left side. Stops. Shot is up and blocked by Yarhouse. Rebound to Lutz. He turns and puts up another shot. This time Yarhouse fouls him with 0.4 seconds on the clock.
A lot happened in 2.3 seconds there, or however long it was. Foul is second on Yarhouse.
Free throw for Logan Lutz is up and good. He has 3 points, all of them here in the quarter. Makes it 38-24.
Sorry. 5 fouls on Altamont in the half.
Next one's up. This one's around and out, no good. No, that's not Roberts. That's Robb with the rebound, but he couldn't control it and get it up before the clock expired. So after 3, it's Altamont 38, South Central 24. You're listening to the National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drug Store at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament, 97.9 XFM.
Appreciate that. You're media savvy, so. Atta boy. Don Huddleston says half of Morrisonville's watching up there. Thanks, Don. Good to see him. I'll see him at the fair. We'll see him at the fair.
Altamont has the ball to start the fourth quarter of action. A couple of long passes, skip passes back and forth. South Central manages to knock it out of bounds, so it'll be Altamont ball towards the baseline next to their bench. Altamont has Klitzing out there, giving it to Yarhouse, who comes to get the inbounds back to Klitzing. Klitzing again to Yarhouse. They're over on the right side. Altamont looks over a 2-3 zone this time from the Cougars. Biggs, left wing, gets it baseline to Coleman. Coleman out to Yarhouse, around to Earhart on the right side. Skip pass to the left wing to Biggs over there. He got behind that support structure. I couldn't see who he was.
Sneaky.
Altamont still working it around the perimeter. Yarhouse bounces it into Klitzing. Now out to Biggs. Back to Yarhouse, who drives into the lane. Little runner from 10 is good.
A good extension on that shot by Yarhouse.
Aiden has 13, making it 40-24. Altamont back up 16. They've led by as many as 23 in this ball game, with 7:10 to play in the fourth quarter. Bounce pass on the side, controlled by Roberts. Roberts gets it back out to Logan Lutz. They've had a hard time dealing with this Altamont man-to-man, but Bront does go back door. Beautiful pass from Logan Lutz, and Hunter Brown finishes it off inside. Gives him 7, makes it 40-26.
You got to figure it was 20 once upon a time. It was 15 after the first quarter. It's a 14-point game now, a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. So the Cougars have regrouped.
Here's a 3 on the side from Biggs. It's a little strong, no good. Rebound Earhart, but he was going out of bounds. Tried to save it to a teammate, but Shoemate back onto the court, stepped in front and got the steal. Now the Cougars try to push it up court. Roberts never had a handle of the pass underneath. Altamont takes it away. Yarhouse drives to the layup on his way to the hoop. He's fouled, and Yarhouse will go to the line for a couple.
Lutz got him, they say. His first foul, and 6 now on South Central.
That really could have been a big trip because South Central had a fast break in motion. They just couldn't handle the ball on the pass. Altamont took it away, and now they have a chance to add to their lead, but Yarhouse can't hit the first of 2 free throws. Noah Teasley into the ball game as he will go in for Jared Coleman.
South Central 4 of 12 in the third quarter. Altamont 1 for 7. 14 turnovers between the two teams in that third quarter.
Free throw up this time for Yarhouse is good. He has 14 to lead the way now for the Indians. They're up 41-26. 6.5 minutes to play in this quarterfinal game here at the NTC tournament. Altamont's in that 1-3-1 zone this time, and Biggs kicks the pass out top. So it'll be South Central ball to inbounds along the sideline.
South Central was 3 for 6 on threes in the third quarter. Altamont was 0 for 5, so obviously that's one area that allowed the Cougars to narrow the gap a little.
So the Cougars inbound into the backcourt. Lutz gets it across the timeline to Shoemate, and he takes an extra step. So the travel will give it back to Altamont. Second turnover of the quarter for the Cougars.
Neoga and Dietrich coming your way. Plenty of maroon here. Except for the players, obviously. They're down getting ready.
Altamont works it up court. Teasley in the corner. Gets it out top to Yarhouse. Yarhouse to Klitzing. Little runner in the lane from 10. Good. Tony Klitzing has his first 2 points of the night, and it's 43-26, but Altamont seemed to have found a little soft spot in that zone in the last few trips.
Get the ball inside. I like that. Kind of gone away from the 3 so much.
Logan Lutz around the screen, draws a crowd. He circles it back out top, though. Yarhouse right there with him. As now Lutz has picked up his dribble. There's a backdoor cut for Bront, but a timeout was taken before the pass was caught, and it really wasn't caught by Bront. So I guess it was a good timeout from Blake Doring. It'll be a 60-second break. We'll take one as well. You're listening to the NTC tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Dietrich can help.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Premier Broadcasting, locally owned and operated, and proud to serve the Effingham area for more than 25 years. 97.9 XFM and KJ Country.
Bank anytime, anywhere with Washington Savings Bank's virtual branch. Good luck to all the area teams during the Christmas Classic basketball tournament. Washington Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament. 97.9 XFM.
South Central ball to inbounds along the sideline. They trail Altamont 43-26 here at the National Trail Conference tournament in the fourth quarter. 5:25 to play as the Cougars get it to Miller. Miller tried to pass it to Bront. Klitzing got the steal, but Altamont turns it right back over as they tried to get it up court to Biggs, and South Central steps in front. They push it up court to Logan Lutz, who drives for the layup, and he's fouled.
He's been trying to attack the basket. Altamont's done a good job of shying him away. Got in there that time. Drew the foul. Teasley picks up the foul. Noah's first. That's 6 for Altamont, so each team's next foul will put the other at the line.
Logan's free throw is up and good, and now we'll see a couple of substitutions as Keenan Wilshire is back into the ball game, as is Mason Robb, I do believe. 5:14 to play in the third quarter. This shot from the free throw line for Lutz is no good. Yarhouse has the rebound. Leaves it with Dukewitz. Dukewitz bounces it on the side for Klitzing. Skip past the Biggs on the left wing. Biggs fakes, drives, cut off, gets it out top to Yarhouse. Back to Biggs on the left side. 5 minutes to play. Altamont up 43-27. Indians work it to Klitzing. Klitzing's double-teamed in the corner. Needs some help. Oh, he got fouled. Looked to be a pretty good trap, but they just got called for the reach.
Roberts got the foul. It's his first foul tonight. Altamont's at the line for a 1-and-1.
So Tony Klitzing, 6'1" senior. Only a couple of seniors on this team for Altamont. Klitzing and Biggs are the only two. Now, I'm not saying they won't be losing anything after this year, but still, just 2 seniors a part of the program for Altamont as Klitzing hits the first of 2, or what is now going to be 2 free throws.
Yeah, because he got the first one.
Here's the next from Klitzing. It's up, and it's good. Nothing but net. Klitzing with 4, makes it 45-27. Altamont with the lead. They've pushed it back to 18 after South Central got as close as 14, right? Logan Lutz takes it to the left side. Crosses over. Tries to go out to Roberts. Roberts had a little trouble with the pass. He saves it into Robb. Robb, though, is falling out of bounds, and he tries to fling it to a teammate somewhere, but no one was in the vicinity, and it sails out of bounds.
It was almost over and back, and then they threw it to the side, and he tiptoed, and then he threw it across the floor out of bounds. So that was kind of like eventually that was going to be a turnover.
Altamont to the timeline with Biggs. Biggs brings it up the left side now, leaves it with Yarhouse out top to Klitzing. To Yarhouse, working the ball around the perimeter against this zone of the Cougars. Yarhouse goes to Biggs, left corner, back out to Yarhouse, fakes the 3, now puts it on the floor, gets into the lane, puts up that little runner, and he got another one. Aiden Yarhouse with 16 in the ball game. Altamont's back up 20, 47-27, halfway through the fourth quarter.
5 in the quarter for Yarhouse.
Backdoor cut for Hunter Brandt, but he couldn't hit the layup. Rebound's loose, and it's finally claimed by Teasley. He'll hand it off to Dukewitz, and Dukewitz might have got away with one as he faked the pass up court, let's say. Big spins on the perimeter, and he thought Yarhouse, I guess, was cutting to the basket, or he just lost it. Either way, it's a turnover against Altamont.
And his classmate down there, one of the cheerleaders, got that in the shin, and she's thinking, what'd I do? Second turnover on Altamont this quarter.
Altamont playing the man-to-man this trip as the Cougars work it around the perimeter with 3:40 to play in the fourth quarter. Robb has it out there, gets it to Brandt. He looks inside for Wilshire. He's posted up, leans in, shot no good. Teasley with the rebound, and he clears it to Yarhouse.
You said Teasley with the rebound 7 times now, Matt.
Yeah, he does good work in there for the Indians. Klitzing has it on the left side, works it back to Yarhouse, again to Klitzing, baseline to Teasley. Teasley skips it out to Yarhouse. Yarhouse on the right wing, lifts it in the corner to Biggs. Biggs bouncing it out top to Yarhouse again. Again to Biggs, right wing. Baseline Teasley. Teasley's pass is tipped as he was trying to skip it across, and South Central does come up with the loose ball. Altamont's third turnover with 3 minutes to play. Lutz pushes it up court, gets in the lane, leaves it with Hunter Brandt. Left wing 3, no good. Rebound Logan Lutz. He moves into the paint, puts up a shot, and he got that one to go.
He was not to be denied.
Lutz has 6, makes it 47-29 as Altamont gets it to the timeline where Yarhouse is fouled by Logan Lutz.
Second foul on him. Back to the line for Altamont.
Coming back in for the Cougars is number 21, Colin Miller, and number 35, Aaron Patton.
Roberts and Robb sat down.
So Yarhouse at the line for a 1-and-1. It's up. It's off the side of the rim, no good. Wilshire grabs the rebound for the Cougars. Gets it ahead to Lutz, who brings it up the left side. Now he's at the center circle, working on Yarhouse. Yarhouse stays right with him. Now Lutz fades away for a tough 15-footer. What a tough shot from the left side, and Logan Lutz got it to go.
In score in the first half, he has 8 here since the intermission.
Altamont skips it to Klitzing on the right side. Klitzing skips it right back to the left corner to Biggs. Biggs brings it out to the top of the key, where he gets it to Yarhouse. Now to Klitzing. Gets into the lane, leaves it with Biggs. Left side three, good. Alex Biggs with 15. Makes it 50-31 rather, with a minute 53 to play.
Not many nights when you'll see that be Biggs' first basket of the half.
Yeah, that's true.
But a lot of other people have been picking up the slack.
South Central tries to lob it into Bront. Altamont read it, and Dukewood comes up with the steal. The 5th turnover of the quarter for the Cougars. Altamont gets it to Biggs. He drives left baseline, leans in, shot no good. Got his own rebound, spins in the lane, puts up another shot. It's off the mark, and this rebound comes down to Wilshire. Keenan gets it to Logan Lutz, who brings it up the left side, and going for the steal was Yarhouse, but he got a little bit of Lutz, and Lutz is going to the line for a couple.
And Yarhouse's 3rd foul. Nobody for Altamont has more than 3 fouls, and it's bonus time for both teams now.
So Logan at the line puts the first one up, and it's good. So he has 9 now in the ball game, and as you mentioned just a second ago, all of them here in the second half. Altamont's making a line change. We'll let you know who's on the court for the Indians. As Derek Booty, a 5'8 sophomore, number 4 is in the ball game, as is 5'11 sophomore Jared Ruffner, wearing number 12. Bryce Succo, I believe, came onto the court. Yep, there he is. He's a 5'10 freshman. He's joined by Tyler Robbins, the 5'10 freshman, wearing number 30. And, no, there he is. Caden Earhart's back into the ball game as well for Altamont. Free throw for Lutz is up and good. He will leave the ball game with 10 points, as South Central has now switched a bunch of players in and out. Tanner Hester is back in the ball game. Also into the ball game is Sebastian Cowger, 5'10 sophomore. Into the game as well is Dawson Hall, a 6'1 sophomore. And got number 5, Kyle Hall, out there as well. Altamont's working it around the perimeter. They get it top of the key to Earhart for 3. Shot no good. Rebound's loose in the lane. They're scrambling after it. It's on the floor. They're diving for it, rolling for it. Finally, we've got a jump ball called with a minute left in the ball game.
Somebody else had to reach in for there to be a jump call. The officials, I think, were waiting.
Don't believe I got Hayden Collins in the ball game for the Cougars. He's out there as well for South Central. Want to make sure we get them all.
Now you have.
Hester will bring the ball across the timeline as the possession arrow favored the Cougars. Altamont in the man-to-man with under 50 seconds to play. They lead 50-33. They're going to move on to the semifinals here on Friday night. Hester has it out top. Bounces it across the top of the lane to Cowger. Cowger got it to Hall. Hall shook free from his man, moved in for a 15-footer. Shot no good, and Jared Ruffner grabs the rebound. Pushes it ahead to Booty, to Earhart. Earhart looks in the lane for Ruffner. Turnaround shot is blocked. Rebound's loose, and it's taken out of there by Collins. Collins got it to Hester, who brings it up court with 20 seconds to play. He's in the center circle now. Tries to bounce a pass, and it's taken away by Ruffner, who gets the steal, drives for the layup, no good. Booty with the offensive rebound. His putback is good. So Derek Booty has a couple of points, and we're counting down the clock now. 3, 2, 1. That will do it as Altamont comes up with a 52-33 victory over the South Central Cougars here in this opening round game for each of the teams at the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. We'll take a break and come back with the postgame show, including an interview with both of the coaches if we can get them in, Greg's stats, and we'll check on scores, and then we'll get you set for Dietrich and Neoga. That's all ahead on 97.9 XFM.
Brown's Drugstore at 115 West Jefferson Avenue in Effingham is more than just a pharmacy. Check out their Hallmark cards, gifts, healthcare needs, and more. Tom Henderson State Farm Insurance helps people manage the risk of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and help you realize your dreams. Contact Tom Henderson today.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 97.9XFM.com.
Leisure Times at Keller and Jefferson at Effingham has everything you'll need for your indoor and outdoor recreational needs. Leisure Times, where we specialize in family fun. Crossroads Bank, your locally owned, locally managed, and locally committed bank, has 2 locations to serve you, on South Banker and on North Keller Drive.
Your home for the 84th annual NTC tournament, 97.9 XFM.
Niemerg Steakhouse has been appreciatively serving Effingham and the surrounding communities for the past 36 years. Niemerg Steakhouse, proud supporters of the local and area high school sports.
Good luck to area teams at the National Trail Conference Tournament this week. From your F&N Napa Auto Parts store, use that Napa know-how for money-saving deals.
The area's choice for news, sports, weather, and more. On air at 97.9 XFM. Online at 979xfm.com.
Farm Credit Illinois, assisting farmers for over 100 years.
The Altamont Pep Band entertaining the crowd here at Altamont High School at the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament. We're in game 1 of the night. It was Altamont defeating South Central by a score of 52-33. Altamont had quarters of 17, 15, 6, and 14 for their 52. South Central had quarters of 2, 10, 12, and 9 for their total of 33. A couple of players led Altamont on the offensive end. It was Alec Biggs with 16 and Aiden Yarhouse finishing with 16. 8 points for Caden Earhart, 4 for Tony Klitzing, 3 for Denver Dukewitz, 3 for Noah Teasley, and Derek Booty finished with 2 points for the Indians. As Jared Coleman, Tyler Robbins, Jared Ruffner, and Bryce Succo all played for the Indians. And if you're an Altamont faithful, you might wonder why Noah Klimpel didn't take the court there at the end. The 5'11 freshman rolled an ankle in practice earlier this week, so he was not dressed for the Indians this evening. Meanwhile, for the South Central Cougars, Logan Lutz did finish with 10 points, all of them in the second half. Hunter Braun added 7. 4 points for Daniel Roberts, 3 points apiece for Colin Miller, Seth Shoemate, Keenan Wilshire, and Tanner Hester. Also taking the court tonight for the Cougars was Aaron Patton and Mason Robb. Kyle Hall got in there. Sebastian Cowger played, as did Hayden Collins and Dawson Hall for Blake Doring and the South Central Cougars, who are now 11-9 on the season. Altamont improves to 12-9 on the campaign, and Altamont will play the winner of the next game between Dietrich and Neoga in the semifinals of the NTC tournament. And South Central now will drop into the 5 o'clock game on Thursday evening, so they turn around and play right away tomorrow night against Cowden Herrick Beecher City, and as they try to advance into,
I think they're in the second.
Isn't that right? 5 o'clock on Thursday night. South Central plays CHBC.
Yep, sorry.
In the kind of an elimination game as far as the consolation bracket is concerned. On Thursday night, they will play tomorrow night at 5 o'clock. Greg's working on some stats. We'll see if we can track down a coach or two and then get you set for Neoga and Dietrich here at the 84th Annual National Trail Conference Tournament on 97.9 XFM.
Let our experienced employees at Wright Furniture help you with your furniture and accessory needs. Whether it's just a chair or a house full of furniture, Wright's Furniture and Flooring in Dietrich can help.
Come see all the redesigned Chevrolet and Toyota models at Dan Heck Chevrolet Toyota, located South Route 45 here in Effingham, or at danheck.com.
Premier Broadcasting, locally owned and operated, and proud to serve the Effingham area for more than 25 years. 97.9 XFM and KJ.
Bank anytime, anywhere with Washington Savings Bank's virtual branch. Good luck to all the area teams during the Christmas Classic basketball tournament. Washington Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Northside Ford on North Keller Drive in Effingham will find a car that works for you. Check out their selection of cars and trucks today.
Your home for the 84th Annual NTC Tournament, 97.9 XFM.
And if a coach comes, you got him.
Okay. We're back at Altamont. Final score in Game 1, Altamont 52, South Central 33. Altamont shot 41% from the field tonight, hit 18 of 44 shots, including 6 of 19 threes. 8 of 13 from the line. They ended up with 14 turnovers, and they had 27 rebounds. South Central, 30% from the floor, 12 out of 40. They were 5 out of 17 on their threes. South Central was 4 for 6 for 67%. 19 turnovers, a real problem. They did have 23 rebounds, 13 in the second half. Those are the team stats. Individually, for South Central, Logan Lutz was 3 for 9 from the field. He had 5 of 6 foul shots, though, so he finished with 11 points and had 4 rebounds. And Daniel Roberts ended up 2 for 5 from the field for his 4 points with 4 boards. Hunter Brandt was 3 for 7 from the field for 7 points. He had a 3, also had 5 rebounds. Colin Miller was 1 for 6 from the field. The one he made was a 3. He had 3 rebounds. Seth Shoemate, 1 for 7 from the field. The one he made was a 3. He had 2 rebounds. And also, Jamie, how are you, bud? Jamie Van Sock, principal at South Central. Keenan Wilsh, let's see, where I was, Hunter Brandt, Seth Miller, Colin Miller, Seth Shoemate. Chase Dodson did not get in. Keenan Wilshire ended up 1 for 4 from the field for a 3-pointer, and he had a couple of rebounds. Mason Robb got a couple of rebounds. Kyle Hall missed a shot, and Tanner Hester had a 3 and a rebound for Aiden Collins. So those are the numbers for South Central. We'll go through Altamont's in a minute, but who better to talk to than Altamont's coach? Hi, John Niebuhr.
I don't know about that.
Thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the win.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I'll take a victory, a bad victory over a good loss anytime.
Such a key to get out in front in a ball game, and you were able to do that tonight.
Yeah, we got off to a good start. Our defense played a big part of that. We got out in pressure, got some deflections, got out and run. When they make baskets, they get into their 1-2-3 quarters, 1-2-2 press, and we just didn't allow them to do that. And we shot well, but we got a lot of those off of our defense, out and runs, and with our guards, that's a big key and goal every game for us.
And Matt talked about the way you were changing up on defense, so South Central never really knew what to expect coming down the floor.
Yeah, everybody knows we're going to run man-to-man, 9 times out of 10, but we've kind of tinkered with some zone here and there. Coach Crawford did that with us. Every once in a while, I just throw a wrench in there, make sure they know, something different, so they have to prepare for everything. But our man-to-man is going to be our key thing, but it's good to see that the zone works a little bit tonight.
Like I know, that Logan Lutz is a 1,000-point scorer, and you did a good job of holding him down tonight.
Yeah, Aiden Yarhouse did a great job. Absolutely. Didn't let him get, a few times you can't contain a good ball player as good as Logan is. And Aiden really stayed in front of him a lot, and when then our help side came, and all of our height in there, we contested some shots, but I'm gonna put that on Aiden. He did a really good job on Logan tonight. So you hold him to 10-9, I don't know, somewhere close to that. You're gonna win. You're gonna have a good chance to win against South Central.
You're not the biggest team in the area,
no,
but you do a good job of clogging the middle. It's tough for them to get the ball in. It was tough for them tonight to get the ball inside.
Yeah, our help side, we got 2 really good help side. Noah and Denver, Noah Teasley, Denver Dukewitz. They know how to get the help side, set up for a charge, and if it's not going to be there, they know how to rotate out of it. Both of them have double-digit charges on the year, so they're willing and ready to set up. So we're not going to contest your shot, but we might take a charge on you.
Yeah, I know that we're still in the middle of January, so you don't want to look too far ahead, but it's cool that you've got such a talented couple of kids as seniors, but you've got such a wealth of young kids that are getting all this experience next year, and man, it's helping you now, and it's going to help you in the future.
Yeah, Alex played since he's a sophomore and as a senior now. Tony's getting a lot of varsity minutes as a senior, but you got Denver, Aiden, and Noah, and Jared, and Caden. The 3 of those juniors literally, I know Aiden and Denver started every game last year, as sophomores. Noah played a lot as a sophomore. So the experience they've gotten more minutes than most juniors have under their belt at this point. So you build for the future, but yet you always try to win for now. But it's a balancing act. But we got some, I got pretty good freshman classes coming up too, so we're looking forward to it.
I know that you're going to be looking as eagerly as anybody else about this next ball game, because I know you got an idea about what these both teams are going to do. But still, be interesting to find out who you play.
Yeah,
on the Friday night.
Yeah, we've seen Diedrich. We saw them earlier this year. They're big. They got the Nieberge and the cool kid, 6'4", and we're not the tallest, so that kind of poses a threat. And they got the Bonoff kid, who's a good guard. So, and Coach Crumcroy does a real good job running his stuff. So it's always tough against him. We've had some battles in this gym, during this tournament with Diedrich. So. Neoga, it's such a wild card. They got so good guards. Mm-hmm. Their guards can play. They can play. The Johnson boy, he's only a sophomore, but he's one of the best in the conference. And then you got the Roy boy, who can stroke it. And I know there's another one I can't think of the top of my head, but guards tend to hurt us more than big and slow. So they're kind of a nightmare matchup a little bit. So it'd be interesting when we played Friday.
Absolutely. To circle back around, what are you liking best about what your team's doing right now?
Good question. We get after it. We take away things defensively. When shots aren't falling, we obviously got to shoot well most nights to play well, to play against really good teams. Mm-hmm. But we don't. When we play defense for a good 35 seconds every possession, we're a pretty good team, because we're athletic guards. We're going to get the spots. Our pressure is always going to be there. So we're getting it after. We're getting it after that way. We can get out and run. We're tough. We're a tough guard for some teams. But when we pressure the basketball and take teams out of their offense, which is our goal, we're going to have a good night usually.
Absolutely. 12 wins now, and tough schedule, and looking forward to Friday night.
Yes.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Our pleasure. Altamont coach John Nieberge. Appreciate him coming up, visiting with us here on the postgame show. Hoping that we'll get the chance to see Blake Doring. I'm not sure, but in the meantime, let me run through some individual numbers. Had a chance to go through the South Central kids. Here's what Altamont did individually. Alec Biggs was 5 for 17 from the field. He was 4 for 6 from the line, had 4 rebounds to go with all those points. Aiden Yarhouse, good night, 7 of 11 from the field for Yarhouse, and that included a 3, and he hit 1 of 3 foul shots with 5 rebounds. Caden Earhart, 3 for 4 from the field with a rebound. Denver Dukwitz, 1 for 2 from the field with a rebound. Tony Klitzing, 1 for 4 from the field with 6 rebounds. Noah Teasley, 1 for 3 from the field. He had 7 rebounds. Jared Coleman grabbed the board. Derek Booty got a bucket and had a rebound. And Jared Ruffner had a rebound. 17, 15, 6, and 14 for Altamont's 52 points. South Central, 2. That kind of put them behind the 8 ball right out of the gate. 2, 10, 12, and 9 for their 33 points. So Altamont a winner, 52-33, and they'll be playing in the championship semifinals on Friday night against the winner of the one coming up here in a minute between Neoga and Dietrich. Let's take a break here. We're going to have the opportunity to share a little bit of information about the Neoga Indians and the Dietrich Moving Maroons. Back with more in 90 seconds from the NTC tournament at Altamont here on 97.9 XFM.